Roll it. Los Angeles, 1929. The Model A ruled the road. The Charleston dominated the dance floor. The sign on the hill read Hollywoodland, and the first Oscars were handed out. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences sent Douglas Fairbanks to meet with USC President Rufus von Kleinschmidt. At their weekly fencing match, the two men hatched a plan to unveil the world's first film school. Hollywood sent its best and brightest to unlock the secrets of the seventh art. From day one, Introduction to the Photoplay was a hit. A-list lecturers like Frank Capra, Mary Pickford, and Greta Garbo packed classrooms to capacity, and in 1933, the first student drama debuted.
We had no building, we had no money, we had only a few students. We shot the interiors at MGM Studio, and the whole film cost $400.
When war broke out, an army of young Trojans took their filmmaking skills to the foxholes. After the war, enrollment skyrocketed. The GI Bill lured students like David Wolper, Conrad Hall, and Bill Fraker.
A lot of the enrollment were the armed forces. There was the Marine Corps, and the Air Force, and the Navy.
SC Cinema Department, the largest of its kind in any educational institution, gives 46 different courses.
If sound is being recorded at the same time, a pair of clapsticks can be attached to the slate. When the clapsticks are closed quickly, they make a loud, sharp sound.
In 1955, The Face of Lincoln was the first film produced at USC to win an Academy Award. The 1960s brought a new breed of SC student and a new approach to filmmaking.
Ooh, that's good.
My dorm was next to the film school, and I would actually walk past and I would hear the moviolas going, and I thought, oh, I want to go to film school because I want to learn how to run that equipment.
I mean, the thing that was really incredible was you just realized that you could take a camera and you could go anywhere and you could make a movie.
I was only taking one production class, and in that class, everybody was giving 32 feet of film and say, here, do a test. So instead of doing the test, I made a movie.
Praise not the oppressor, for hate endureth up strife, while love covereth all sin.
Well, I mean, I think everybody felt sort of like a revolutionary in the sense everybody kind of felt, you know, compelled to want to do things their own way and escape from the system.
George Lucas won the National Student Film Festival in 1967 for THX 1138.
First day, they showed us THX, and I remember sort of like sinking into my seat thinking, can I say this? Me, I can't do that.
In 1970, USC snagged yet another Oscar for The Resurrection of Bronco Billy, written by John Carpenter and produced by John Longenecker. Soon after came the rise of Robert Zemeckis.
As soon as you walked in the door, they put a camera in your hands. They gave you an 8mm camera, and from that day forward, you started to think filmically.
You learn a lot about your own abilities in film school. I remember the rule in 482 is you couldn't hide any dailies. You had to show everything you did.
You know, you had to make movies, you know, and fail publicly or succeed publicly.
It wasn't secretive, it was collaborative.
Collaboration is completely essential. No one person does everything. It's just not possible.
You were surrounded by people who shared this passion for film. And that, to me, was the core of the education.
In the 1980s, alumni and friends returned to bulldoze the past and pave the way for the future.
It was a really exciting time to be there because there was a lot of changes underfoot.
I just remember so vividly being in that chair and being in that place and just wanting it so much.
There are all these students who are focused on one thing and they're passionate about it.
I was in critical studies, but I was a guy in critical studies who always wanted to make movies. The idea was if you made a great 480, the studios would pay attention.
The spirit of the school at that time was, we're storytellers, and we're going to figure out how to make you feel something. Even though we're just kind of underdog film students, we'll use the limitations to tell a better version of the story.
As this generation of filmmakers made their mark in Hollywood, the Critical Studies Department had an equally profound impact on the world of academia. Throughout the 90s, USC alumni pervaded all areas of the entertainment industry.
Street ball is more than just a game. It is a culture. It is jazz. It is hip-hop. Street ball operates in a world of its own, with its own rules and its own language.
The transition from student to professional is a big step. What prepared me for what I had to do as a filmmaker is what I learned here.
For me, USC was a great, it was a great kind of laboratory in which to find myself artistically.
When I was finishing film school, the Avid was just coming out. I was actually the very first student to learn the Avid. And that's what brought me to Pixar initially. I came to Pixar as an editor. And it was the fact that I had a well-rounded background in education and film that allowed me to move on as I have into directing at Pixar.
Well, the cinema school is the greatest cinema school in the world today. There's nothing like it. It's like having a motion picture studio and a post-production facility right there inside a college campus.
2001 saw the launch of the Robert Zemeckis Center for Digital Arts and the establishment of the Division of Interactive Media.
Today, through this technology, you can pretty much explore the depths of your imagination and express yourself any way you'd like.
Francois Truffaut said that a great movie is a perfect blend of truth and spectacle. In this facility, you'll find the tools to create spectacle. Finding the truth is a different thing. For that, you'll have to reach down into your own hearts.
I ask one question consistently whenever I have an alum sitting there in my class. What did you take away from the experience that is still with you every day?
Being at SC really taught me to trust my own convictions.
It really does encourage you to tell your story, your version of it, and reach your audience. Don't do it the way everybody else did.
I think you have to be extremely dedicated to what you want to do in this business.
The only way you will succeed is through persistence.
USC gives you this mindset that you've always got to keep up.
Every week I was either writing, shooting, or cutting a film. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. You know, it was easy to imagine spending the rest of my life doing it when I was making those films.
I think the one thing that USC does is it makes sure that you learn every aspect of filmmaking.
I was better at my job because I had a good overall understanding of filmmaking, so that I wanted to help the movie get better, not just do my job well, there's a difference.
When you just trust your voice and trust your instinct and don't overthink it, that's when you do your best work.
The thing about filmmaking is that whether you're doing it professionally or as a student, it's really exactly the same.
The most important thing, whether it's 20 years ago, today, or 20 years from now, is to be able to tell great stories. That will never change.
Any type of artist, you know, whether you're doing canvas, you're doing photography, you're doing music, you're doing film, you have to have a voice.
And I think that being here really made me trust my own convictions about how I want to present as a filmmaker.